I always thought that traditional research, particularly in the age of data, was the place to be. And I'm being proven wrong. I think that traditional research is now under the gun and it's being replaced with data scientists. I thought being at an agency would be, really a terrific career. Agencies are always pitching new business, they're losing business, it's very volatile. If you were to look ahead for the next couple of years, where would you say the best bets are to start looking, and where would you say, surprisingly, it's going to be a little difficult to maintain a career in that sector? What is your thought?
Yeah, that's tough because it sort of opens up a wide range of potentiality. But if I was to look at uh, down the road, and if we were to play that game as to where are we going and what's going to be out there and how's it going to look like, I'd say that today we hear the term big data, and everybody has been talking about big data. That sort of has always amazed me because we've always had data. And somehow the Times now have suggested that we have big data. Well, it's always been big data for the Times. And so at the time, which could have been decades ago, it was big data then. Now it's big data because we have more advanced technology that enables us to gather more bits of information that reveal more information and a broader range and definition of information and other things that we can do with it. That's always been there. It's just smaller pieces that we're able to capture today as far as data. And then we try to do something with those smaller pieces. So data will be around and the demand for it forever. I think there'll be less people who will be out there gathering the data, and a lot of it will be done digitally, electronically. And I think we'll be able to do a bit more interesting things with it in place-based data and those types of opportunities. But we'll always do it. Research is another one of those things. Everyone talks about research and the changing nature and fiber of it. I think it's always changed as we've gone through time. And I can't speak for way back because I wasn't there way back. But as long as I remember, as long as I've been in the media business, we've had research, we've utilized research. The nature of it has changed, and I think we'll always need research. I think you have to be willing to get into it in a different fashion. And you have to be more technologically oriented and understand the uses and purposes of it perhaps a bit differently. But I think it'll always be there and needed. The interesting part of the question that you raised had to do with agencies, because that's always been a pet area of mine. Because I was interested in getting into the ad agency business myself when I got out of college. It was a hot space. It was sexy to be in that business. It was an area that fostered creativity and receptive to creativity. I loved the concept. And so I looked at it and sort of looked at it and somehow didn't get into it. And then as I was in business and I looked at agencies, agencies was an area that was going through a tough time because the public and business was saying, why do we really need ad agencies? We could be doing that ourselves. We have the creativity, we have the insights. We could bring on certain people to do it. We really don't need ad agencies. And that was probably the closest that ad agencies came to disappearing. And I don't think everyone really ever spoke about it to that degree of severity where they would disappear. But I believe that it was close, that they really disappeared as we know agencies today. And then something actually happened which initially scared everyone in the agency business, and that was the advent of digital technology. And then companies utilizing digital technology. And agencies did nothing in this area and knew nothing about it. And to their credit, they were quick learners. And they figured out that if the world is changing into a digital universe, they had better change also. And where parts of industry and the media industry were slow to converting to that, ad agencies actually grabbed onto it and ran with it. And if you look today at ad agencies, I would say that almost every ad agency has a digital component to it. And in fact, there are ad agencies, as we know, that are purely digital. And in many instances, it's the digital component that's driving the global success of ad agencies. And so they were quick to figure it out. And so today, I think ad agencies are a great place to be. And they are welcoming people to it and have a large number of needs, since the whole digital universe has been growing so rapidly, and each day we see another add-on to what constitutes digitality. So great place to be today in ad agencies.